for its unique wall carvings.
These look a lot different than the ones over at Angkor Wat.
Yes, because here's more about the everyday life of the people and the histories of war and way of life. It's like a window to its past.
What do some of these things show us here?
All here you see the market. This is a lady selling fish.
So we were at the old market today, but this is the really old market.
That's correct. This is the old market.
Is this some sort of gambling scene right here?
Yes, it is cockfighting between the Chinese or the Khmer here.
So it's Khmer versus Chinese cockfight, and everyone's placing their bets.
That's correct.
My money's on the Khmer.
And the Khmer.
These stunning reliefs immortalize a civilization.
The lady's giving birth here.
From the wild boar fights to the construction of their temples.
With the thousands of relief we have here at the Bayon, it seems like we have a very good idea of what life was like back in the 12th century. But are there any written accounts from outside the Khmer Empire that would corroborate all of this?
Yes, there was only one written account, but not by the Khmer peoples who live here. It was written by Cho Takwan, a great diplomat who arrived here in 1296, 1297, and he spent years living in the city here.
So he experienced life here and wrote about it, and it matches what we see on the walls.
That's correct.
Cho Tao Kwan's journal of Khmer life at the end of the 13th century has been invaluable to historians. But many suspect that he was more than a diplomat, that he was in fact a spy. As an agent of his own powerful empire, Zhou casts a wary eye on his host's military capabilities, for good reason. Temple carvings at the Bayon clearly show that the Khmer were a ferociously warlike people. And now, with the help of animators at Monash University in Australia, we have the first historically based 3D simulation of the Khmer in combat. Here against their arch-enemies, the Cham, who came out of what is now Vietnam. Behind every great empire is a great army. But this scene indicates that their success may have had less to do with superior tactics and weaponry than it did with the ferocity with which they fought. A Khmer character trait still very much on display.
This is typical of so many houses and stores here in Cambodia, as Pradal Saray, or kickboxing, is their national sport. But we've uncovered a form of fighting that even these martial arts fans haven't heard of. It predates modern kickboxing and goes back to the time of the Angkorian warrior.
Speaking of warriors, this is one dude you do not want to annoy. Adventure journalist Antonio Graceffo has literally fought his way around the world, but he came here to Cambodia to seek out the original martial art of Southeast Asia, the lost discipline of Bokator.
I have fought 8 countries in Asia, Europe, the States, and Bokator is by far the most interesting and most complete martial art I've ever seen in my life.
But in an age when martial arts are so popular, why hasn't anybody heard of it?
You know, it goes all the way back to the 11th century, but it almost died out twice. Once at the end of the Angkorian Empire, and then again during the Khmer Rouge period. They actually hunted down and killed all of the known masters.
Antonio tells me that Bokator would have been lost forever were it not for the sacrifices of this man, 63-year-old Grand Master Sean Kim San.
How did the art resurface then?
Well, the Grand Master survived the Khmer Rouge period. He escaped to the States as a refugee. And then in 2002, he returned here to teach the art to children and to find the masters who had survived. You know, he only found 10 of them.
Was he a hard guy to track down?
It took me 18 months.
It's a long time. Did you ever feel like giving up?
No way, man. I was digging for the truth.
Nice. Why is Bokator the best martial art?
Bokator ដូចជាវាយហើយយើងវាយចុះពឹមពឹមចាប់លើកឡើងមកពឹមទាញមកតាក់ក
I'm a believer, but what does that mean?
He said our Khmer Bokator is the best because we got so many techniques. We can use our elbows, we can use our fists, we can kick, we can knee, he can twist, he can bend, and he can kill.
The Grand Master brought up 10 of his top students from Phnom Penh to our meeting place, a Buddhist monastery near Siem Reap.
It actually looks like It's an in-close fighting technique that you need to be very close to your opponent in order to strike.
That's right, that's right. Bokuto is unique in that they can fight very close, the elbows, knees, and then also grappling when they come in close.
Looks, when executed properly, to be pretty vicious.
It is, it is.
After they finish group training, the master works with his 2 top students so I can see his moves up close.
Yeah, using that elbow right against the throat there, huh?
That's pretty much his signature movement, is that quick elbow strike.
Ooh.
See that?
Yeah, I mean, it's all quick and body control, huh? Oh, did he just rip his trachea out?
Ripped out his trachea. Simple head twist.
I could feel that one from here. Oh, just spinning that head around.
That's the Linda Blair.
The exorcist move, huh?
Can't do this at home.
Dân xong mà lúc trên mơ và
He said he wants to show you the Khmer short stick fighting. So you want to try some?
Yeah, let's walk before we run. We'll put the sticks on hold and let's start with some elbow moves.
Maybe we'll start by crawling.
Okay. Take it easy on me.
Oh, I'll take it easy. I like you.
Here comes the black belt.
Okay, punch. Okay, so I can block here.
Okay.
And I can come in with my elbow here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I would let go.
You would let go.
And they come down and
As you observed before, there's a lot of techniques we're going to control.
Yeah.
We're going to bring them into a knee or into an elbow or whatever.
Because when you do that, I mean, just the way
The weight,
the way you have control. I mean, there's not much I can do to fight it.
And it's painful.
If I were to come in here like this and
Yeah.
try and grab you that way,
Yeah.
how would you defend
What
against
would I
it?
do? Yeah, I'd probably headbutt you.
Okay. There you go. So a lot of this is predicated on your attacker coming in and kind of throwing blows. But
That's
what
right.
what if I were to kind of just be charging at you like a bull?
It'd be like fighting my sister.
Oh, really? Okay, so. I hope you like your sister.
In their demonstration of Bokator, these modern-day Khmer warriors give me plenty of evidence why their ancestors were so successful in building and defending their empire. But even these skills didn't save them from their fate.
Despite all their power, wealth, and knowledge, the Khmer Empire ultimately failed. The city and its temples were abandoned, and the jungle swallowed all that was left. But what were the forces that led to the downfall of the Angkorians? And is it a cautionary tale for us?
In my quest to understand the legendary Khmer Empire, I've plumbed the mysteries of her overgrown temples and deciphered how they were constructed by building a stone grinding machine based on a long, unnoticed clue. From the air, I cracked the watery matrix that was their secret to extraordinary wealth, and I experienced firsthand the power of both her sacred river and her lost martial art. The Khmer created a dazzling kingdom that dominated Southeast Asia. And yet, in the 15th century, their civilization collapsed. Their city and temples were abandoned to the grip of the jungle.
Like in any great murder mystery, the list of suspects here is long. By the 1400s, it includes marauding invaders, a rebellious and disgruntled labor force, shifting state religion based on which king was in power, and internal struggles between the king and powerful Khmer families.
To find out the #1 reason why the Khmer Empire met its end, I've arranged to meet up again with Damien Evans, the Deputy Director of the Greater Angkor Project.
All right, so I have a few questions for you.
Sure, fire away.
Well, I'm completely impressed with how sophisticated the Khmer Empire was. But what happened? How did they disappear?
Well, the thing that you have to remember is that in the collapse of civilizations, there's rarely just one factor that you can point the finger at. Usually there's a range of different things going on. In the case of Angkor, what our work is showing is that the water management system was a critical factor in the decline.
Really? So the same thing that made them so great also led to their demise?
That's right. The water management system started off very simple, and then over the centuries became more and more complex and difficult to maintain. And this in turn caused problems for the fundamental basis of their economy, which was rice agriculture.
According to Damien, one thing led to another. Overplanting of rice fields led